RV expenses? Car accident? Are you kidding me? Hey, welcome to the Ranger Rob channel with Rob and Sherry. Before we get started, please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to see our future videos. This video is made possible by RangerRob Poopy Bags, available in Amazon right now. Hey guys, Ranger Rob here with Cinder. Wanted to bring you on a trip. We did a road trip up to Central Oregon and Idaho. Went to go visit some family, and we ended up having some big RV expense, and not to mention a car accident. But before I review that, let me tell you how we did our trip, which way we went. So our trip started from Arizona, right here, and we drove up through Las Vegas, up through Nevada, and then kind of cut across over to Idaho, where we visited my kids. From there, we spent 2 days there. We shot over to Central Oregon, and we stayed a few days where our RV is located. After about 3 days of that, we drove all the way back down to Arizona. And that's how we did our trip. That was over 3,000 miles. For this 13-day trip from Arizona up to Central Oregon, we started by getting up very early in the morning. Good morning, Ranger Rob here, and Sherry.
Hi.
It's what, 1:30? No, 3 o'clock.
Yep.
And I lost my light. Got my light back. Anyway, yeah. So it's like 3:30 in the morning. And where are we going? Well, going north. Idaho. So we'll go to Idaho, get to go see our kids, and then we're going to go to Eastern Oregon and find we're not awake yet, our fifth wheel. So this is the beginning. So let's get going. It's hot in here. So we've been on the road for about 2.5 hours. We're in the middle of the desert and we are stopped. So this is something. Oh, we're actually moving, but it's nothing strange to be out in the middle of the desert and they're doing road work. Oh well. So we got only about 1,300 more miles to go. So needless to say, we had a lot of driving to do. Basically 1,500 to 1,700 miles up and another 15 back. And so lots of driving. We're going to skip all that driving and just tell you more about what happened on the trip. Well, it took us about 2 days to get up to Idaho. We went to the Boise, Idaho area where my son lived. Now, to kind of keep the privacy down and all that stuff, all I want to say is we spent 2 whole days there and enjoyed ourselves a lot. By the way, Idaho is a beautiful, beautiful state, and that's definitely a place I'd consider living in the future. So basically we spent 2 days there, had some nice dinners, had some nice breakfasts with our son and their family, got to see the grandkids, got to see one of the grandkids I've only met once. So it was pretty neat. So immediately after that, we packed up our bags again and drove west towards the Bend, Oregon area where we keep our RV. And this was a pretty important trip because we haven't seen our RV in about, it's been almost a year. So we had some concerns. So anyway, so it took us a day or pretty much 8 hours to drive from Boise to Central Oregon to meet up with our RV and Sherry's parents. The good news is the RV was actually in pretty good shape. We did get some mice, or at least looks like we had a mouse, get into one of the cabinets, but really there was no food or anything like that. So, but we did find that we were getting a lot of mice in the storage area. And the way we solved that problem, or at least tried, is we cleaned everything out. We pulled everything out of our storage thing, cleaned it up really well because the mices left us lots of gifts. But they didn't get into anything. Everything's sealed in boxes down there. But it needed a good scrub out. What we did is we saturated the RV with mint. Mint. And so all the different cabinets, we put mint packets in the places that we knew that the mice might be getting in. And we put mint in the storage area after we cleaned it. And we did some more sealing. There's the wall in the front storage area had a gap up above where the flooring is. So we used steel wool and liquid insulation and sealed that off to kind of give less access for the mice to get in there, but no damage whatsoever. So that was good news. Before I tell you about our first disaster, I thought I'd tell you that in Central Oregon in the summertime, it's a high desert area, and I thought I'd just show you a quick little collage of this beautiful 5 acres that we are staying on, and just show you some of the flowers and the wildflowers and the beautiful juniper trees. Okay, now that you saw the beauty of Central Oregon, now you get to see the horror that I had to go through with the RV. So my RV has 2 6-volt batteries, a solar system, a slow charging system, and I have to admit the last time I checked the water in the batteries was about 2 years ago. Oops. So I noticed right away, as soon as we got the generator going, charged up the batteries, just kind of get everything up to going. I was watching my controller tell me my batteries were not holding a charge. Damn. So you know what that meant. So I went down, checked the batteries, and they were dry. I mean, I didn't have distilled water, but I'm going to get water in these things, and I know I'm going to have to replace them eventually. So I filled them up, and they took a lot of water. And they're 2 deep cell 6-volt batteries. It didn't help. It helped a smidgen, but not much. So I diligently had to go to the Les Schwab in Redmond, Oregon. Had to buy 2 new batteries totaling $300. Thank goodness they don't have taxes there. Well, state tax, sales tax. So that took the pain away a little bit, but it didn't take the pain away. So I did end up replacing my batteries, and it was definitely time to change them anyway, but I might have got another year out of them if I had take care of them better. So change or check your water in your batteries at least every 6 months. People, do it. I learned the hard way. Well, guys, I did it. I had to switch these batteries out. So these were 6-volt batteries. They were 75 amp deep cells, and they were shot. So I sounded like Bruce Lee trying to put them in that hole down there, but I got them in. $150 a piece. Ow! So that stung a little, but I'm glad I got them changed. They were about 4-year-old batteries,
But do check the water in your batteries constantly. Lesson learned. I know you guys, well, Rob, you should check them all the time. I bet you most of you guys don't check the water in your batteries enough. So do it. Do it. So, yeah. Now, luckily, I get these at Les Schwab, and don't have to pay a core deposit, but they'll take the old batteries. So today, I'm going to go back to Les Schwab and give them those batteries, and that's a great service. I did do a little shopping. The batteries at most RV places were the same ones, $189. So Les Schwab definitely was the best deal. So there you go, new batteries for the RV.
Well, overall, the trip went really well. Got to see our son in Idaho. That was precious. The drive back from Idaho to Central Oregon was beautiful. And the time in Central Oregon was wonderful, except for the batteries. Well, after 3 days there, we enjoyed ourselves visiting Sherry's parents where we keep our RV. And, of course, we're going to leave it there till probably October and then go back up. But in the meantime, we had to go home. So we thought we'd take a little longer. So instead of taking 2 days to do the drive, we're going to take 3. Well, so the first day we drove from Central Oregon down to Fallon. And so we get there, it's about dinner time. I go in to order some food to bring to our room. And I was playing a slot machine while I was waiting for our burgers. And Sherry comes storming in to tell me, your truck's been hit. And it's like, are you kidding me? In the parking lot. So turns out that this mammoth motorhome with this trailer, he was pulling kind of a utility trailer, which was exceptionally wide, was trying to get around a corner where we were parked on the side of the building legally and all that stuff. He cleared me with the motorhome, but did not clear me with his trailer. And I have a dually, so he caught my fender, which is made of fiberglass, thank goodness, and devoured it. Now the people were tired, and they had a long drive. They actually drove down from Oregon too. They were exhausted. She was a little shook up. I did not get upset. I just basically, we exchanged information. He gave me his insurance information. On the rest of the trip home, their insurance contacted me. He said he accepted liability. At this time, I've already taken my truck in for an estimate, and they were very, very nice people. And they were very responsible, and I really appreciate that. Shit happens, that's just how it goes. The rest of the trip home went just fine. We drove down to Boulder City, had a nice evening there. You can take your dog into the casino. They have nice rooms. That was really nice. And then the following day, we drove home the rest of the way, and we're glad to be home. To end our video, I wanted to say it was a wonderful trip. Things happen, no reason to get upset when you have insurance and you're kind of ready for things to happen, no big deal. So I'd like to end the show with a little sunset that I wanted to share with you from the Central Oregon. I want to thank you for watching, and until next time, buy yourself an RV. Have some fun. Talk to you later. Bye.
Hey guys, it's a little later in the day. Thought I'd show you a sunset coming out here. Just about over the mountains, under the mountains, or going down in the mountains, but definitely a pretty evening here in Central Oregon.
Thank you very much for watching our video. Please take the time to like, subscribe, and share our videos all over the whole wide world. Thanks.